Test. What's going on? Y'all, if you want to know, let me know how we sound. Let me know how we sound. It was a little late because the chart was doing some shit, so I had to pay attention. I always tell y'all the market is going to just wait for me to all set up and shit. Let me see how the audio is. Alright, let me fix the mic. I know the mic be tripping a little bit when I first get started. Give me 1 second. Let me know if this sounds a little bit better, y'all. Let me know if this sounds a little bit better. Let me know if this sounds a little bit better. So we're in this NAS100 setup right here. Let me fix the mic, y'all. I sound muffled as hell. Hold on 1 second. Alright, let me see. Test, y'all. Let me see how we sounding. Alright, we sound a lot better. Alright, cool. So we're in this NAS100 setup, y'all. A little bit late to the live because as I was getting the charts together, I saw this setup. I had to hop into it, right? So me and the members in this trade, we just hit TP. I think we hit TP4. Let me double check really quick. We just hit another TP. No, we hit TP3. Okay, so we just hit TP3. We're in this NAS100 setup right here. The reason why we went for a buy setup here is because we now have bullish momentum, right? We now have bullish momentum. So I'm not really looking for a GU setup. We could see a buy setup here. If y'all was in yesterday's live, the buy setup did end up playing out yesterday, as you can see. So we could look for buys today on GU. I just don't want to look for buys here on GU. You see what I'm saying? I'd rather look for buys up here. So we're going to let GU do his thing for right now. So while we're letting GU do his thing, let me break down while we're in this NAS100 setup right here. Make sure to like the lives. Y'all hop up in here, y'all. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Shout out to those that was in the live stream yesterday. Shout out to those that was in the TikTok live yesterday. But let's talk about it really quick. Right? Let's talk about it really quick. So this goes back to what we was talking about, the rules of the downtrend, right? So we had bearish momentum right here. Right, we had the lower highs, the lower lows. And again, if you do not have your copy of the price action technical analysis playbook, I do not know what y'all are doing, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all need to get y'all's cheat code to the charts. Again, I use this for my long-term investments and of course our short-term investments when it comes to day trading. Right, so we had clear lower highs, lower lows getting made right here. This is the lower low right here at the moment. And this goes right back to what we talked about during the TikTok lives, right? Then we had a new lower high get made right here. Right, so this is the new lower low, this is the new lower high. Fast forward, price failed to break the low. We had some consolidation take place, and as you can see, we broke the level. So since we broke the level, that's why we went for a buy setup. Right, since we broke the lower high, that's why we went for a buy setup. Now, depending on how price plays out today, it could try to flip back on us. But as of right now, we just hit TP3, so we made some bread off of this setup. So see how the rest of the London session goes. We do have 830 USD news today as well, so make sure to keep that in mind. If you do not understand how to trade news, click the link in the description. Join Advanced with Signal and Playmaker University because we do news lives. I have to check my schedule. We might go live today, but I have to check my schedule because I do got a few sessions today. But we're going to be going live for sure tomorrow. So if we don't go live today during the news, we're going to go live for sure during tomorrow's news. And it's going to be interesting to see how the news plays out, right? Because this is the last week of the month. After this, we're in the last month of Q1, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it's already about to be the third month of the year. we're about to see how this NAS100 setup plays out. Again, if y'all got any questions, drop in the chat. Want me to look at any charts, drop in the chat. If y'all was in the live stream yesterday, GJ ended up going absolutely crazy. Gold did some nice moves as well, did a nice buy setup last night as well. So we're going to be continuing to look for gold buys, but gold is not at an entry that I want right now. So we're just going to let gold do its thing. We're just going to let gold do its thing right now. All right, so we are in this NAS100 setup. We hit TP3. Let me mark off where TP4 is going to be at. But again, this is a very simple setup. Price reversed. Again, resistance turn to support. Enter off the buy setup. We entered off the retest. Give me 1 second. Just dropped a new video for y'all today. Not today, dropped a new video for y'all yesterday. I do got a new video dropping for y'all today as well though. Make sure to be able to look out for that. Alright, so we got price retesting. GJ, we're going to be looking for continued buys today as well, as long as price does not break past 210.30. We're going to be looking for buys on this still. I don't want to see it break past our entry yesterday though, to be honest. But if we can maintain 210.85 as support, or if we can break above and maintain 211.35 as support, we're going to be looking for continued buys on GJ. Let me pull up NAS100. Let me pull NAS100 back up. I mean, not NAS100. Let me pull GU back up. Yeah, so if GU can maintain 35.20 as support, we could look for buys as well. So this isn't a terrible buy setup right here. Like I said, I just rather look for a buy here. Like this wouldn't be an A+ setup. This would be like it's not a C setup. It's like a B- setup. It's not a terrible setup. I just don't like. I just rather not take a setup here. That doesn't mean that I won't play out here again. I just like to go for strictly A+ setups, right? Again, that's why our win rate so high, is because we literally only go for A+ setups. But this isn't an invalid setup. Let me get rid of this level though. I'm gonna sell idea right here. Gold, we're gonna be waiting for gold to retest 66 is support. If we can maintain 51.66 is support, 51.64 support, we're gonna be looking for buys going up to these highs right here at 25.06. That's the game plan here. So unless we have big ass rejections take place during the news today, we're going to be looking for buys on gold. We're going to be looking for buys on NAS, unless again it breaks multiple levels to the downside. We're going to be looking for buys on GJ, and then GU. Kind of want to just wait to see how price plays out with GU. Like always, y'all got any questions, drop in the chat. Want me to look at any charts, drop in the chat. So we hit TP3 on this, is doing a retest right now. So we're gonna see if we can maintain this level of support. Like I said, we are in buy territory, but we still got a little bit of work to do. Right? Like I said, depending on what price does today and tomorrow, will really set in stone if we're going to be in an uptrend, or if we're going to continue to play ring around the rosy, right? But obviously, we don't want to play ring around the rosy. We've been doing that for like the past 3 weeks, but sometimes the markets do that. All right, look at how price is playing out to that level. New 5-minute just popped up. All right, so that's the next TP we're looking at right there. Y'all quiet as hell in the chat, man. What's going on? What's going on? I know I started a little late, but what's going on, y'all? Let's see what this next 5 looks like. Let me zoom in so y'all can see this real good. So we're about to see what this next 15 looks like, y'all. Quick update on the charts. Gold is retracing slowly but surely. GU just tapped this level. Look at how GU is reacting to this level. I know y'all saw the notification pop up on your screen, so this is what I'm talking about. Just set your alerts. Wait for price to come to you. Wait for the retest. Wait for the break and retest. And then go from there, right? So if GU can maintain 35.20 as support, we can look for buys going up to 3,600. Not 3,600, 35.40. All right. GJ is retracing. We're about to see how price reacts to this level right here. And then NAS100 is doing a retest. So we hit TP3 off stream. We took this trade right before I went live. That's why I was a little bit late to the live stream because I was paying close attention to this. Hit TP3. It's doing a retest right now. Let's see what this next 15 looks like. And again, we broke down this NAS setup as well as the other charts. So y'all are late to the party. Just rewind a little bit. But like always, y'all got any questions, drop them in the chat and I got y'all. So let's see how GU plays out right here. Like I said, this isn't a terrible setup. I'd much rather have price look for buy setup up here, especially because we just broke out the bearish momentum, right? So again, depending on what the price does today and tomorrow, will kind of determine how next month or the next 2 weeks is going to play out. We do have news at 8:30, and then we have news tomorrow at 8:30 as well. So make sure to keep that in mind. But we gotta see what this next 15 looks like, y'all. Let me see what y'all talking about in the chat. What's going on, G? I've been watching all your videos and shorts lately, mentally finally making a comeback. That's what's up. That's what's up. And like I said, just take your time with take your time. A lot of people mess up with trading because people rush the process. And again, if you're rushing the process on top of you not understanding what's happening, it makes sense why people are talking about emotions in the market. Because again, if you're seeing a red P&L on your screen, or if you're losing money and you look at the charts, you don't know what's going on, of course you're going to freak out and stuff like that, right? But when you understand how everything works and you have a clear mental, drawdown or not, you'll be straight. Like y'all see it all the time. Like when we took a trade, like when we took this trade on Monday's live stream, right? We didn't take an L live, but we was in drawdown live, and you watched the live stream. Did it sound like I cared? No. I was like, hey, we're just gonna hold the SLTB gets hit. Fuck it. And guess what? SL got hit. But did I freak out? Did I go for buys? Did I think I was wrong because my stop loss got hit? No. A lot of y'all think you're wrong because your stop loss gets hit. Depending on how you trade, you could be wrong if your stop loss gets hit, but that's not, that's not my reality and how we trade over here, right? So even though we took a loss, because I understand how the markets work, because I did it over leverage, so that loss didn't blow my account, I was able to review the charts, analyze what I did, and then confirm that sales was still my bias. And because of that, price ended up doing the same move I was looking for initially, just going into New York session. You see what I mean? There was another time we took, I think it was GU sales. We took GU sales live. U15 just popped up. Look how GU's reacting. But we took like GU sales live the other day. Not the other day. It was like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. Y'all know I'm terrible with time. I can't remember. It might have been this setup right here. Yeah, it might have been this setup right here, February 18th, right? We went for this GU sell setup. You see it wicked us out. But again, what did price do later on that day going into New York session, right? This was London session. What did price do later on that day going into New York session? The exact move I was looking for. So it would have got emotional or crashed out. I could have took a loss trying to go for buys again, or I could have missed out on making my money back on this situation, right? And then there was another time, it was this setup right here. We took this trade with the members and students Friday the 13th. So this was like 2 weeks ago, right? So I'm gonna show y'all this setup right here. While trying not to show the signal we're in right now. So give me 1 second. If y'all got any questions, drop them in the chat and I got y'all. Right, and I just dropped a video talking about trading psychology yesterday, so make sure to check out that video yesterday as well. All right, so you see here, we took this GU sell during the live stream February 12th, and then we took another GU sell live the next day, Friday, February 13th, right? So again, you can see how it was in drawdown here. Cool, we held the SRTB, got hit, ended up making it back, right? The same thing here, when we took this trade, you go to Friday the 13th, you'll hear me say, hey, it is what it is. We're holding to SLRTB gets hit. And you can see Friday the 13th, well, we took a gold buy that day as well, we see. But you see Friday the 13th, you can see right here. Again, not edited, none of that shit. SL was 36.30, right? And we look right here, barely missed their stop loss. So if I would have got emotional, like, damn, it's about to hit my stop loss, let me just close, or let me close early, I would have missed out on making it back. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I say everything needs to make sense. You need to trust yourself. But the only way you're going to trust yourself is through practice, practice, practice. Because through practice, that's where confidence comes from, right? So if I practice, 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 and I'm doing the right thing while I'm practicing, I'm going to have confidence taking the setups. I'm going to have confidence sticking to the game plan, holding to SRTB gets hit, holding it if the worst or best case scenario happens. You see what I'm saying? So GU is holding this level at support. Like I said, this is a valid buy setup right here. I just don't want to take it personally, but it is a valid buy setup. Let's see what GJ's got going on. So GJ's retracing. Gold barely missed my entry. NAS is still retesting. So yeah, we're gonna see what NAS does right here. Again, we hit TP3, then it retested. Well, it's retracing, it's retesting as we speak. So we're about to see how NAS plays out right here. Let's keep an eye on GU. Like I said, this is a valid buy setup here. You can see again how it touched this level, and now it's pushing back up. It just got some work to do. Like I said, like we just started the uptrend. So again, depending on how price plays out today, will determine if the uptrend is going to continue going into tomorrow or next week, or if volume is going to push back down, the downtrend is going to come back into play. That's why I'd much rather look for a buy setup here or here, because if we could hold these two levels, there's a higher likelihood of a higher high coming in today. But like I said, this is still a valid setup right here. What brokerage I use for futures? You can use TraderVate. You can use TraderVate. And then finish actual course classes though. Are you the one that just joined like last week, or were you the one that joined over the weekend? Because we had a few people join over the weekend, and then I had some other people join. A few people joined last week. Are you the one that messaged me on Telegram? I mean, not Telegram. Are you the one that messaged me on TikTok like a week or two ago? Speaking of TikTok, make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Y'all see it scrolling at the bottom of y'all screens. Instagram, Playmaker_Way, TikTok _Playmakerway_. Post daily on both pages. Just dropped a new video for y'all yesterday on YouTube. Make sure to check that out. Got a new video dropping for y'all later on today as well. And make sure to have y'all's noties on YouTube and TikTok, y'all. And the Telegram channel. And make sure to like the live and subscribe. We're almost at 4,900 subscribers. Let's go ahead and get it, y'all. Let's go ahead and get it. Like always, y'all got any questions, drop in the chat and I got y'all. Drop in the chat and I got y'all. My bad for the late responses to y'all. I was doing some shit behind the scenes. But I am here, y'all. I am here. Alright, I am here. Yeah, gold barely missed my entry. But it is what it is. We're still gonna wait. We're still gonna wait. We don't chase setups. We're just going to wait. Just gonna wait. Let's see how GJ plays right here. I'd much rather have seen it hold this level, but I decided not to, which is all good. Decided not to, which is all good. So we're gonna keep it on NAS right now. Everything else is not doing anything. We're just gonna be flipping back and forth between NAS and GU because these are the only charts that's at the levels right now. Gold barely missed our level, so we're not gonna look at it right now. About to see if NAS can push back up. Again, like I said, we are in buy territory, but depending on how price plays out today and tomorrow will really determine if we're going to be in an uptrend or if the bearish momentum is going to come back into play. But as of right now, we're in buy territory, so we're going for buys. Just like yesterday with GJ, we was in a downtrend, right? We went for sells on Monday. Then we had this reversal take place on Tuesday. That's why we went for buys yesterday, right? Same situation with NAS right here. Same situation with NAS. And if the audio gets funky again, let me know, y'all. Again, I'm not going to get irritated if the mic sounds bad. Let me know, because it does me no help or justice, and y'all no help or justice. If I'm talking, y'all can't even hear my ass, all right? Just let me know when I got y'all. All right, we got a new hour about to pop up. We got a new 15 about to pop up. Quick update on the charts. GU is still chilling, so we're gonna see how this next 15 hour looks. G just coming back to our entry from yesterday. NAS is still chilling at this level right here. Let's see how this next 15 plays out. What's going on, new? Check out your Telegram. I just messaged you. Check your Telegram. I just messaged you. What's going on, yo boy? What's going on, yo boy? Should I copy? If you want. If you want. You shouldn't just blindly take the trade, right? So you asking me that question makes me think you don't understand why I took the setup, right? Again, I don't just do these lives so you can just take the trades with me, right? I'm showing y'all the realistic side of trading, right? Because you see all these videos online. Oh, I trade 10 minutes a day. Oh, I made 2K in 5 minutes. Or I'm only on the chart for an hour a day. Or you think you're supposed to be in and out of a trade instantly. That's not the case, right? So when I do these live streams, you get to see a realistic side of trading. Every day is slightly different. Every week is slightly different. But you also see similarities every day, every week, right? And all the trades and setups I take are trades I personally take, and I explain why I take the setup. So if it makes sense, y'all can take it as well. If not, just watch. Because at the end of the day, this is not financial advice. But if you don't understand why I'm in this setup, you shouldn't take the trade, right? That's not why I do these live streams. Now, if you just want to blindly copy my trades, you can join the Signal Room. But if you're in these live streams, I want y'all to understand how the markets work. I understand why I took these setups, right? So if you just joined the live, I highly recommend rewinding so you understand why I'm in this setup. You can understand the conditions of all the other charts I'm looking at right here. All right, so let's see what this next hour's got in store right here. GU's pushing. Gold barely missed my entry here, so we're going to still wait on gold. We're still going to wait on gold. NAS is still chilling right here. Let's see what pushes back up. Make sure to hit that first link in the description on the free Signal, free Telegram, y'all. Y'all see on your screens how we did last month and last quarter. That's an old signal, y'all, okay? This is an old signal. Again, rewind the live if you don't understand why this is up. But when you hit the first link in the description, you can see how we're doing so far this week. So we're 3-1 this week, which is not bad at all. We took a loss in the re-entry on Monday. Tuesday, did not call a signal. Then yesterday, we took this goal setup and GJ set up live. So yeah, we're 3-1 for the week. As far as how we're doing so far this month, last week we went 3-0. The week before that, we went 5-0. And the week before that, we went 5-1. So we only lost 2 trades so far this month. Picking up the momentum from last month, January, we went 20 wins, 3 losses, gives us an 87% win rate. And then, of course, how we wrapped up the entirety of 2025 last year, 232 wins, 30 losses, gives us an 85% win rate. So when I tell you we literally be averaging 80 to 90% win rate on a weekly, monthly, and quarterly basis, we really be doing this over here, y'all. So make sure to check all this stuff out. And like always, you got any questions, drop them in the chat, and I got y'all. Again, we have 8:30 news today, and we have 8:30 news tomorrow. Well, this is next week. Let's go back to last week. All right, we have 8:30 news today, and then we have 8:30 news tomorrow. All right. So we entered this trade. We hit TP3, and then price retraced on us. So now we're looking to see if we can push back up. We've been chilling at this level for the past 30 minutes. Just waiting for volume. We're just waiting for volume. If y'all got any questions, drop in the chat. Want me to look at any charts, drop in the chat. But you already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. We're gonna be on for a little bit longer, y'all. Again, if y'all got any questions, drop in the chat. I got y'all. But we can see NAS is just chilling right here. GJ tapped this level. Same level we went for buys on yesterday. And then G still chilling right here. Tap this level again. So yeah, today's gonna be interesting, y'all. Today's gonna be interesting. So we're gonna let this thing play out right here. We're gonna wait for this 15 to close. And yeah, that's what we got going on. That's what we got going on. All right, but this is why we mark off these levels, so we know the best places to enter at, and we also know the best place to prepare for a rejection. So while everybody else is trading, we know, again, before it happens, where the rejection is going to take place or where next push is going to take place. But yeah, so we're just waiting for volume right here, y'all. That's all it really comes down to. We're just waiting for volume. All right, shout out to everybody in the live. Shout out to everybody who's been live since the beginning. Shout out to everybody who's been live since y'all joined. So we're gonna let these charts be on the lookout for that. If you don't understand how to trade news, just trade either before news or trade after news. So if you don't take a setup by 6 a.m., highly recommend just waiting for 9 o'clock, 9:30, and see what New York sessions got in store for us. We're back at TP2 on NAS100. So we're gonna let this bad boy play out right here. And yeah, we're gonna see how this plays out, y'all. So we're back at TP2. So again, when you take a setup, either hold to SL the final TP gets hit, either trail your stop loss. That's the only two ways to go about it, right? Only two ways to go about it. Wins are a part of the game, losses are part of the game, drawdown is a part of the game. Peace, we out.